A Ukrainian drone rapidly closes in on a Russian soldier, forcing him into panic as he loses balance and falls to the ground while trying to react. According to released footage, Ukraine's Signum unit conducted large-scale drone operations in the Lyman direction, deploying more than 40 drones within a single day to locate and engage Russian infantry hiding inside forested terrain. The footage demonstrates how quickly movement becomes visible once aerial surveillance is established. In several sequences, soldiers attempt to flee after detection, but limited equipment and the absence of effective countermeasures leave few options for escape. Even in dense woodland, drone operators maintain precise control, navigating around trees and obstacles while continuing to track individual movement paths from above. The operation highlights a broader tactical reality across the front line. Persistent drone presence reduces the effectiveness of concealment and places infantry under continuous pressure, especially when operating without coordinated electronic protection or air defense support. Across the Lyman sector, the footage shows how sustained aerial observation continues to shape battlefield movement, restrict repositioning, and influence combat operations under constant surveillance. The scene unfolds near a riverbank in the Kherson direction, where a Russian soldier is spotted moving alone along the shoreline. Focused only on the route ahead, he remains unaware that a Ukrainian drone has already established visual tracking from above. Moments later, another drone approaches from the distance and moves directly into his path, cutting off movement forward. As the aircraft closes in, the soldier finally reacts and attempts to fight back with his weapon. The response comes too late. The drone maintains a steady approach, holds its line, and commits to the engagement under continuous aerial control. The following footage was recorded by a Ukrainian strike drone during an operation over open grassland in the Pokrovsk direction. After receiving the reported position of a Russian soldier moving across an abandoned field, the drone quickly adjusts course and begins closing in from behind. From above, the soldier appears distracted, seemingly focused on his own thoughts or the terrain ahead, without checking the sky or scanning the area around him. The drone continues its approach at controlled speed, maintaining a direct line toward the target. Only when the aircraft moves within very close range does the soldier finally notice the threat and attempt to change direction. The reaction comes too late. The drone maintains its path and commits to the engagement. The scene unfolds near ruined houses in the Avdiivka direction, where a Ukrainian drone detects a Russian soldier concealed beside a wooden fence. The aircraft approaches slowly and deliberately, maintaining visual contact while closing the distance from above. On the ground, the soldier remains still at first, relying on the fence and surrounding debris for cover. Only when the drone moves within close range does he suddenly attempt to run. The reaction comes too late. A faint moving figure is detected by a Ukrainian reconnaissance drone crossing exposed terrain. The sighting is immediately reported, and another Ukrainian drone is redirected to investigate the area more closely. As the aircraft approaches, it confirms a Russian soldier moving alone without visible support nearby. The soldier continues forward, unaware that he is being tracked from above. Within moments, the drone shifts from observation to attack mode, lowers altitude, accelerates rapidly toward the target, and commits to the engagement under continuous aerial control. The scene unfolds inside a ruined building in the Chasiv Yar direction, where a Ukrainian drone enters the structure after reports of Russian soldiers hiding inside. Moving through the damaged interior, the drone scans each corner carefully before locating a Russian soldier curled up beside a wall, attempting to remain hidden. The position is quickly confirmed. Moments later, the drone adjusts its angle inside the room and commits to the engagement. A Ukrainian drone conducts a slow sweep through a ruined area filled with debris and collapsed structures. Moments later, the aircraft detects a Russian soldier sitting motionless inside the wreckage, relying on stillness to avoid detection. The position is confirmed from above, and the drone immediately transitions from observation to engagement. A Ukrainian drone equipped with night vision rapidly closes in on a Russian soldier attempting to move toward frontline positions beneath a small tent used for thermal concealment. Believing the cover would reduce detection, the soldier continues forward without realizing he has already been identified. Moments later, the drone confirms the position and commits to the engagement. A Ukrainian reconnaissance drone observes a Russian soldier moving near a dry tree along a damaged roadside position. At several moments, the soldier raises his weapon and aims toward the sky, likely attempting to engage Ukrainian drones operating overhead. He repeatedly circles the same area, appearing determined to hold the position despite the growing aerial presence above him. The movement is quickly reported, and a nearby Ukrainian drone unit is redirected to the area. As the strike drone approaches, the soldier shifts toward a disabled civilian vehicle near the edge of the road, using it as temporary cover. From above, the drone begins its descent and commits to an initial attack. After the first strike, however, the soldier is still able to move and quickly leaves the position. Moments later, another Ukrainian drone arrives at the same location, reacquires the target before he can create enough distance, and immediately begins a second approach under continued aerial observation. According to released footage, drone pilots from Ukraine's 414th unit, known as Magyar's Birds, conducted a large-scale UAV operation across the Pokrovsk and Donetsk sectors, deploying more than 50 drones within a single day to monitor and engage Russian infantry attempting to move between positions, establish defensive lines, or conceal themselves inside damaged terrain. The operation relied on continuous aerial coverage, allowing reconnaissance and strike drones to operate in overlapping cycles while maintaining pressure across multiple sectors at once. The footage demonstrates how quickly infantry movement becomes exposed once surveillance is established from above. In several sequences, soldiers attempt to flee after detection, while others remain motionless beneath camouflage or along forest edges, hoping concealment will be enough to avoid attention. Yet even brief movement patterns, changes in terrain, or attempts to reposition are often enough for drone operators to maintain tracking. In open ground, reaction time becomes extremely limited once a drone begins its final approach. The operation also highlights the growing precision of drone navigation in difficult environments. Even inside dense tree lines or around ruined structures, operators maintain controlled flight paths, adjusting altitude and direction while avoiding obstacles and preserving visual contact with individual targets. Rather than relying on speed alone, the drones apply constant observation and positional control to reduce escape options over time. Beyond the immediate engagements, the footage reveals a broader tactical reality now shaping the battlefield. Persistent aerial surveillance limits mobility, weakens concealment, and forces infantry to operate under near constant pressure. Without reliable electronic protection, coordinated air defense, or rapid support, small units moving through contested terrain remain vulnerable to continuous observation from above. Across the Pokrovsk and Donetsk directions, the sequence demonstrates how coordinated drone deployment continues to influence battlefield tempo by isolating movement, disrupting defensive preparations, and reducing the ability to maneuver safely under sustained aerial control. The following footage captures a tense frontline encounter near a forest edge. Ukrainian soldiers locate a Russian serviceman hiding inside a small shelter and call for surrender while a drone observes from above. As the soldier steps out, the situation changes suddenly. Moments later, an explosion erupts near the shelter, suggesting an attempted grenade attack during the encounter. The effort fails to change the outcome. The attempted counteraction fails to alter the situation. The footage reflects the unpredictable nature of close-range frontline encounters, where tension rises within seconds, and both sides are forced to react immediately under extreme pressure, limited visibility, and constant uncertainty while aerial surveillance continues to monitor every movement from above. The following compilation captures multiple moments in which Russian UAVs are intercepted and brought down by Ukraine's 14th National Guard Brigade Chervona Kalina in the Pokrovsk direction. Operating under constant aerial pressure, Ukrainian air defense and drone interception teams maintain continuous observation across contested sectors, scanning for hostile reconnaissance and strike drones moving above frontline positions. Several sequences show Russian UAVs attempting to cross active airspace at different altitudes, using speed, terrain masking, and changing flight paths to avoid detection. Ukrainian operators respond by tracking movement patterns, adjusting positioning, and coordinating interception timing before committing. In some moments, the engagements unfold high above damaged villages and open farmland, while other scenes occur closer to forest edges and frontline defensive positions. The footage highlights how drone warfare is no longer limited to ground targeting alone. Control of the airspace itself has become a constant contest between reconnaissance systems, electronic tracking, and rapid aerial response teams. Each interception reduces surveillance pressure on frontline units, while limiting the ability of opposing forces to monitor troop movement or coordinate strikes. Across the Pokrovsk sector, the sequence demonstrates how counter-UAV operations now play a critical role in shaping battlefield awareness, protecting defensive positions, and maintaining aerial control under continuous drone activity.